MI5's route to the target, Paul McCafferty, was to be through an unsuspecting acquaintance, Desmond Cairns. Cairns and his wife were followed to a warehouse in Luxembourg. There were suspicions that Cairns might be involved in cigarette smuggling. MI5 sent an undercover agent to chat up Cairns and use him as a means of infiltrating the real IRA. The agent's code name was Amir. The first and most crucial step was engineering a meeting between the agent and his target, in this case, Desmond Cairns. It's known as the bump. What is a bump?
I said, I'm not going to go through the tactics and the methodologies of undercover officers. That would be totally counterproductive.
But in general terms, the bump is the critical first step in the evolution of a sting operation, isn't it?
If you tell me that the bump is the critical first step, Peter, then I'm sure it is.
Amir briefly engaged Cairns in conversation, saying he could get him cheaper cigarettes. But before they got going, they were accosted by the irate warehouse owner.
Stop, please. One more time. I'll tell you one time, I'll tell you two times.
It looked like the bump had failed.
Sorry, apologies.
But MI5 directed Amir to give it one more go. 2 days later, now in Brussels, Amir choreographed a second bump, using the altercation with the warehouse owner as the reason for recognizing Cairns. Cairns took the bait and exchanged numbers.
I know you from somewhere. How are you doing? Fine. Yeah, fine.
Over the following months, they spoke several times, and on each occasion, Amir reported back to MI5. When they met again, Cairns was happy to discuss a deal on cigarettes, but did not bring up the subject of arms. To political sympathizers of the real IRA, Desmond Cairns was an innocent party being manipulated by MI5.
The MI5, they're always on the lookout, they're always on the lookout for people who they think may be a bit vulnerable and a bit easier to intimidate. And when they saw Desi, they saw this is a prime target for us, and they went to work on him.
Wasn't Desmond Cairns targeted as a means of getting to Paul McCafferty?
We really wouldn't want to comment on the target, Mr. Cairns, as you put it.
It was at this point that Amir, the MI5 agent, crossed the line. In conversations with Cairns, he talked about buying other items, by which he meant guns.
In very simple terms, they're not allowed to encourage somebody to commit a crime. They can watch them do it, they can sometimes help them gather material if they've asked for certain things to be found, so they can go and pretend that they're able to find weapons or something like that, but they cannot encourage people to commit a crime.
The MI5 agent may have broken the rules, but it did produce the result that MI5 wanted. Cairns said he knew someone who might be interested in other items. The route to Paul McCafferty